Coming up next on This Week in Torrance.
Zamperini Airport is tracking noise in a new way. We'll tell you how you can see the new device.
Plus, women learn ways to fend off an attacker. We'll give you a few tips.
And gas prices are making the summer shift. Find out what you might pay at the pump.
And finally, awareness is the key to crime prevention. Find out what you need to know about the recent spike in crime. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. This is a year of change for many city and state officials. As quickly as seats open, candidates take on the quest to fill higher offices. And now, Manhattan Beach Mayor Amy Howarth says she's running for the 26th Senate District. This comes after the current representative, Senator Ted Lieu, announced he will run for Henry Waxman's congressional seat. While Howarth is starting her campaign later than most, she is the only South Bay candidate. Howarth served nearly 2 terms on the Manhattan Beach Unified School Board before she was elected mayor. As a South Bay resident, her platform focuses on education, economic, environmental issues, and tech job creation. Others vying for the position include Democrat women's rights activist and attorney Sandra Fluke, Santa Monica School Board member Ben Allen, LA physician Vito Imbasciani, and former state assemblyman Betsy Butler.
Authorities say there's never been a bad time to report suspicious activity, and with the spike in recent burglaries, they hope people will call when a crime is suspected. According to police, residential burglaries are up 41%, and recently 16 took place in just 7 days. While police have arrested 4 suspects after taking property just off the 4,000 block of 176th Street, another residential burglary prompted a lockdown at Adams and Wood Elementary and Hull Middle School. After suspects were taken into custody, schools were reopened. Police cite different suspects and techniques used to commit crimes. One method is distraction burglary, where a person knocks on the front door and distracts the homeowner while others sneak in another door. Authorities say the increase is due to AB 109, the law that mandates early release of low-level felons due to overcrowded prisons. Now, if you see something suspicious, call the Torrance Police Department at 310-618-5570.
South Bay State Senator Roderick Wright took an indefinite leave of absence recently. He will not return until his May 16th sentencing on felony voter fraud charges in LA Superior Court. Wright's district stretches from Inglewood to San Pedro. Senator Wright was originally scheduled for sentencing on March 12th, but requested and received a 2-month court delay. He reportedly continues to receive a $95,000 Senate salary. Wright was indicted in 2010 on 8 counts of felony voter fraud, perjury, and filing a false declaration of candidacy. These charges stem from 2008 when the 61-year-old senator ran and won the 25th district seat while he lived in a neighboring district, which is a violation of state law. If convicted, Wright faces up to 8 years in prison.
Senator Ted Lieu recently took action to prevent construction of commercial and residential buildings on seismic faults. The proposed bill mandates that structures in mapped but unzoned seismic regions are at least 75 feet from the buffer zone. This comes after projects in LA and Santa Monica were improperly built over known faults that were mapped but not yet zoned. The difference between mapped and zoned areas is 50 to 75 feet, and some developers have taken advantage of the current loophole. California has about 7,000 miles of earthquake faults and 5,000 miles are already zoned. The bill would require buildings be at least 75 feet from the buffer zone. The new policy will face review, but a date for a hearing has not been set.
Gas prices are on the rise again. Refineries are changing over from the winter blend to California's summer blend of gas. While the summer blend might be more costly, the actual change in all the tanks at refineries immediately lowers the supply by 10% and is the cause of the price increase. According to a spokesperson for the Automobile Club of California, the prices in the last 2 years were actually 40 cents higher during this time. Fortunately, this year, prices have gone up at a much lower rate. The prices may still see another 15 to 20 cent increase over the next month, but overall lower than recent years.
Keeping transportation noise under control is a concern for locals, and now the Torrance city-owned airport Zamperini Field has put in a new web tracking device to curb noise levels. While the actual number of aircraft taking off and landing in Torrance is about 150,000, it's less than half of the 500 back in the 1970s. However, noise complaints due to air traffic continue to grow. Hilda Kolklacier of Community Development hopes this will help the complaints and put neighbors at ease.
Well, I think it'll educate them. It'll allow them to go online and research a historical flight by putting the date and time, and they themselves can see what the decibel level of that aircraft is. And they can determine if it's over 82 decibels that in fact it is a true violation or not.
Anyone interested in viewing the web tracker can visit webtrack.bksv.com/TOA.
Polio vaccines have helped eradicate the paralyzing disease in most countries. However, over the past year, more than a dozen California children have suffered from an extremely rare polio-like disease where victims suffer from paralysis. The disease resembles polio, but is not the same. Most of the children suffering paralysis in the arms and legs have not recovered use of their affected limbs. Doctors are unsure if it's a virus or something else, and the California Department of Public Health hasn't identified any common causes that suggest the cases are linked. While it doesn't seem to represent a major epidemic, any child showing a sudden onset of weaknesses in their limbs or symptoms of paralysis should be seen by a doctor immediately.
Well, here's a recap of the most recent City Council meeting. 2 Torrance police sergeants were given a resolution to commend their service to the city. Sergeant Christopher Kozak is saying goodbye after 25 years of service to the city, and Sergeant Patrick Such also received a resolution from the city for his 22 years of service. Both men will be honored at a later date. Next in Community Matters, the Community Services Department accepted 2 donations, one for $50,000 from ExxonMobil Corporation to assist in the development of Pueblo Park. That's located on Delama Boulevard, just near the refinery, and another donation of $10,000 also from ExxonMobil to go towards the city's donor wall at the new multi-use sports field soon to open. You can catch replays of tonight's council meeting, of the recent council meeting, right here on CitiCABLE 3, on Time Warner Cable, or Verizon Fios Channel 31 every Wednesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. You can also watch online at torranceca.gov.
Well, if you are a cheese lover, you might want to take a second look at what's sitting on your shelf. Roos Foods of Delaware has recalled 16 varieties of cheese after some of its brands were linked to a death in California and as many as 7 illnesses in Maryland. The CDC says the cheese produced by the company is linked to a listeria outbreak. The recall includes Mexicana, Amigo, Santa Rosa de Lima, Suyapa, La Chapina, and La Purísima Crema Nica brands. 7 of the 8 victims were hospitalized and their illnesses were diagnosed between August 1st and the end of November last year. Listeria is especially dangerous to pregnant women because the illness passes through the fetus. Symptoms of listeria include fever, muscle aches, diarrhea, and other gastrointestinal problems. Customers are asked to dispose of any of the cheese made by Roos Foods, even if eaten without getting ill. A full list of the variety can be found on the Food and Drug Administration's website. Visit fda.org under Safety Recalls.
The 2014 Academy Awards are on Sunday, March 2nd, and one of the nominees for Best Picture could be added to the curriculum in high schools across America. The National School Board Association is partnering with New Regency, Penguin Books, and the filmmakers of 12 Years a Slave to distribute copies of the acclaimed film and book to America's public high schools. Montel Williams, who is an Emmy Award-winning television personality, started the initiative. 12 Years a Slave will be issued to schools nationwide in September 2014. The film has received a lot of attention, and Williams believes it will maximize educational potential and serve as a learning tool for all students. The film depicts the tale of a man born free in New York who was kidnapped in Washington, D.C. in 1841 and sold into slavery. The National School Boards Association said it is honored to include it in the curriculum.
Jen, it is an incredible film. Brad Pitt is one of the producers and also has a small role in it. Still ahead, women learn the ultimate defense with the Torrance Police Department.
Plus, one pilot takes advantage of his favorite local airport.
Welcome to Cook It Safe Challenge, where teams compete to make the right decision about safe food preparation. Our challenge in this round, oven or microwave? To win, teams must use the proper steps for safe meal preparation, read and follow package cooking instructions, and know when to use the conventional oven or the microwave. You're on the clock, so make your decisions quickly, but be warned, make the wrong choice and your meal will be unsafe. Sorry, Team 2, an unwise choice. Check the cooking instructions on that package you ripped open so quickly.
Dude, what?
Microwaves and conventional ovens both have a purpose. Your challenge was to cook the dish safely. This means knowing which method of cooking to use, and you failed.
We failed to read and follow the package cooking instructions and use a conventional oven.
If you don't follow cooking instructions, some foods may be hot but may not have reached a safe internal temperature. Use a food thermometer to be sure.
We kept focus on reading and following the package cooking instructions.
And we used a conventional oven and a food thermometer.
Can you cook it safe?
The Torrance Police Department offers a free course that can potentially save a woman's life. Reporter Jacqueline Sarkeesian finds out how.
Women left the UFC gym with a bit more confidence than when they entered.
When they first get in, you can tell they're a little bit hesitant, but by the end of the class, they're animals.
Christy Lang Lang and Yvonne Fisher are two of the many women that took part in the Rape Aggression Defense course taught by the Torrance Police Department.
They're teaching fabulous hands-on self-defense techniques for things that could happen in everyday life.
What they're teaching us is that attackers aren't going to expect us to fight back. So we're going to catch them off guard by fighting back.
The women believe this course is a valuable experience and every woman should take it to know what to do if they were attacked.
This class teaches you how to, even walk the walk, to not be the victim, to not even put yourself in that place to begin with. But if you are and taken by surprise, then, you can get out of it. You do not have to be the victim, no matter how big or strong the guy may appear.
The main goal of the course is empowerment, to teach women to set boundaries, enforce them, recognize the risks of all possible attacks, and most importantly, trust their instincts.
There's no right or wrong response. You need to do whatever you have to survive that situation.
I'm here with Melinda Terrell, who was one of the RAD self-defense instructors in today's class. She's going to walk us through one of the basic moves women can do to protect themselves if someone were to attack them. Melinda, show us one of those moves.
Okay, so if you have an attacker that grabs you by the neck, which a lot of attackers will do, you're going to shoot your arm straight up and then pivot in and break the grip on the neck by pulling your elbow down. From there, you can throw an elbow and then throw another elbow, and that will help break the grip.
Through Torrance's police department, this class is offered free of charge. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Jacqueline Sarkeesian.
Thanks, Jacqueline. You can find out more information and enroll in the course by visiting torranceca.gov.
The South Bay Quilters Guild is very active in the Torrance community. Our reporter Anne-Marie Williams has the latest update from their 35th annual quilt show.
Raylene Christmas has been a member of the South Bay Quilters Guild since 1979.
Well, I was kind of depressed because all my kids had left home and I wanted something to do besides just work.
Raylene and members of the Quilters Guild get together each year and display their work at their annual quilt show.
It's an opportunity for our guild members to showcase their work, to have the public see what they've been doing.
The event includes different quilt galleries, a vendor area, and a live quilt auction. In addition to making quilts for their family and friends, many members of the Guild also make quilts like this for members of the community and for philanthropy.
Longest, I think, is our comfort quilts. Those are small, I think they're 40 by 42 inch lap quilts, and they go to hospitals, nursing homes, shelters.
Last year, we gave out about 700 of these comfort quilts to people in the community.
With the help of global shipping company, DHL, the Guild also sends quilts directly to wounded warriors in Afghanistan.
They go to the soldiers that are coming in from the field. They're gurney size, and so they go with them on the planes when they come to the hospitals in Germany and the United States, and they keep those quilts.
Veterans just need so much of our love, and this is one of the best ways we can show it.
Quilters like Raylene will continue making quilts for those in need, and the Guild is already planning for next year's quilt show. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Anne Marie Williams.
Thanks, Anne Marie. The South Bay Quilters Guild also has a program where they make quilts for children in the foster care system. For more information on the Guild and how you can get involved, visit southbayquiltersguild.org.